Welcome back, everyone, to another gameplay video as we work our way through some of the challenges in the Challenge Pack DLC recently released for Motorsport Manager. So in our previous videos, we first attacked the Sprinkler Savvy challenge, then we moved on to the Fighting for Fifth challenge, and now we are ready for the Breaking Point challenge. Now, if you're wondering why did I skip by challenge number 3, and it's because simply the duration is for 5 races, and I wanted to get through initially the challenges that were simply for 1 race. So let's go ahead and move through here. We'll see how these do on the channel, and then we'll make a decision as to whether or not we're going to continue on into some of the more lengthy ones, such as the 5-race duration or the 12-race duration, which would be a full season for that. So let's take a look at what we're up against in the Breaking Point challenge. This season has been a titanic battle between the 2 teammates, Margate and Pereya. Again, probably massacring those 2 last names, but hey, we're going to go with it. Now, on the 7th race of the season, Margate has a problem. The car's brakes are starting to fail. That's always nice. Again, that's why they call it a challenge. The point at which Margate pits will be the key decision on who takes home the Guildford honors. All right, so here's what we've got. We've got teammates. Now, the question is, am I going to be controlling both of the teammates when they pit and everything? I'm guessing no, simply because if I was, then it would be very easy simply to tank the teammate and make it come out better for Margate, who we, for the purposes of this challenge, need to win. So it'll be interesting to see how all this plays out. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, folks, it is time to begin the challenge. So, as a reminder, our challenge is to finish first, not just with one of our team cars, but we have to finish first with Margate. So, as you might be able to guess, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time looking at Pereya for the purposes of this challenge, because I don't need to divide my attention. This is going to come down to essentially 2 things. First is all-out speed. Do you have the race pace to get it done? Now, we know we're starting second, so qualifying, we didn't do terrible. But we need to finish first. We don't just need to get on the podium or even finish top 2. We need to win, which means we have to essentially dominate this race. So we need to get off to a great start, and we need to have the race pace to stay there. We already know that our brakes are not good. We're at 55%, which isn't the end of the world. The problem is this, what looks to be about 40% red zone. This is the danger zone. If we get down into the danger zone, then it might go from 40 to 0 instantly. It might go from 40 to 10 instantly. So we never know what's going to happen. So we got to stay out of that danger zone as much as possible. But again, the fact that we're going to have to win is probably going to mean we're going to have to take that chance at least once during the race, if not multiple times during multiple stints. So we got to have race pace, and then you're going to come down to strategy. And one of the parts of strategy is weather. And thankfully, at least for the first half of the race, looking maybe 17, 18 laps, looks like we're not going to have any rain. So that's not going to be an issue. So it's going to come down to when do we pit, how often do we pit, tires, and so on. But really, a lot of this is going to be about race pace and how hard do we push the car and when do we push the car. All right, so here from the very beginning, we're going to start off pushing hard, because we need to get out into clean air. We need to get the lead, if at all possible. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, another thing to keep in mind along with this is, because we know we're going to have to make pit stops for 2 cars in the same pit area, I'm going to have to try to stagger these guys out for the pit stops. Oh, great. Now we're already, not only are we not in the lead, but we're looking like we might lose second here. So that's not good already from the beginning. And yep, that's not good. That's not, we're falling backwards and we're pushing. So not good. Not good at all. All right, so you can see the fuel number is going negative. And that is simply because we will not be able to refuel the car during pit stops. So I'm going to have to watch out and not let this get too negative. All right, let's back off a little bit on that. And let's keep an eye on the condition. Now, the condition, I'm going to try to marry that with the condition of our tires, because I know I'm going to have to fix these brakes when we come into the pits. I'm going to have to, because they're not going to last the whole race. I'm going to have to fix them at least once, and more than likely, I'm going to have to fix them more than that. All right, tire heat wise are pretty much where I need them to be, so we're going to back off from pushing. I think this is pretty close to optimal tire temperature, and I'm not saying that with a great deal of confidence. I know I don't want to get them in the red. Let's go ahead and push a little bit more with Pereya, because his tires are actually a little cooler than they need to be, and he's actually making time on us. All right, so if we can keep the tire temp somewhere around this middle level to slightly above that, then I think that's our best bet. But again, that's just a guess. The bad thing right now is the leader is not us, and we seem to be losing time to the leader. All right, let's go back into pushing the engine mode. It looks like our teammate actually has more speed than us overall, because we were pushing and not pulling away from them. Wow, we are actually falling back through the field. Good gracious. When the developers labeled this a medium difficulty challenge, I'm not sure what they were thinking, because so far this looks like pretty close to impossible. All right, now tires are getting very low, and I really need to pit here if at all possible and put on more of the super softs. And oof, this is not good. That's very high risk for a balanced pit stop. Let's see. Okay, we'll go balanced, but this does not look good. Okay, nope, we didn't come in that time. And you can see here, I mean, we're not making up any time on even our teammate. This is anything but good. All right, let's go ahead and there we go. Now we've got, unfortunately, it's not going to work out good. We're going to be stacked in the pits, but so be it. It's just going to have to be the way it is. All right, so the question becomes, how do we use our tires? We got 22 laps remaining, and we have no more new super softs left. We could put this set of tires on and get maybe 6 laps. And yeah, I don't think we can make it unless we put on, of course, the medium tires. Now, if we put on the medium tires, the problem is we won't be able to push, because that's a long time between pit stops. All right, so what do? Well, we're going to have to go for it. I'm going to have to choose what I think is the best strategy, which is to use the soft tires and then go to the softs again. The other option would be the super softs and the mediums, but I think we're simply going to lose too much speed if I go mediums. So soft tires it is. We'll get about, I'm going to plan on about 12 laps here. We're going to have to fix this, and I'm going to go safe strategy. I've seen too many bad pit stops. I still have nightmares about them. All right, so we're stacking them up in the pits, and yes, I know that is a horrible thing. All right, so good pit stop there. Oh, and there's your mistake. That's what I cannot have with Margate. If we have that, we're done. Just to put it as bluntly as possible. Any mistakes in the pits, we are done. All right, now we just have to go like crazy, make up all the time we can. All right, there's 3 cars very quickly. All right, I like that. All right, so far so good. We're looking good on the fuel. We're at a plus 12. All right, if we can get past this car, I'm going to back off a little bit. Probably. Again, probably. All right, we're going to push as much as we can. Man, I want to push as hard as I possibly can with this. But I know I've got to back off. So let's go ahead and back off. All right, there's another car down. All right, there's another car coming into the pits. That moves us up to 5th. All right, the key here is how far behind are we from those who have already made pit stops? All right, so there we go. We take 4th. All right, very nice. Very nice. All right, 17 laps remaining. Let's see about our condition. All right, we're down to 50%. This is really the only one I'm concerned with. I know we have some other parts that could potentially get into an issue as well, but I can't do anything about that. All right, again, I'm almost just ignoring. All right, let's swap up what we're pushing with. Let's push a little bit on the tires. Because remember, we can get about 12 laps here from these soft tires if we need to, at the most. And that's if we don't push them. Well, we're going to be pushing them, so I'm not going to plan on getting 12 laps out of either of these sets of tires. We're essentially going to go as hard as we can for as long as we can and push this car with everything we've got. Okay, so far so good. We're in fourth, but there are two cars ahead of us that you can see. I mean, we're right behind the leaders. If you keep an eye on the top right-hand corner, you can see how close we are to the leaders. All right, let's go back to swapping what we're pushing. All right, we're still looking okay here. In fact, oops, wrong one. Let's go back to pushing with everything we've got. We need to see if we can't take the lead right here. Because again, if we don't win the race, it doesn't matter where we finish. All right, there we go. We took the lead. Now let's see if we can't pull ahead. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and set up our pit stop while I'm thinking about it for Pereya. We've got 13 laps left. Let's go ahead and have him push. We're going to have him push pretty hard in this last part of the race. And we might as well have him go for a fast pit stop. I don't like those odds, though, for him. All right, so we're back to Margate, who is doing great, quite frankly. And pushing very hard. All right, we're down to 45%. Now, I already know I'm going to have to fix these brakes again when we come in. Or I can take the chance that maybe, perhaps... All right, here we go. We're coming by this time. All right, now we're going to set up our pit stop next time. We're going to have 11 laps remaining. And once again, we're going to put in a set of just the regular soft tires. And we are going to, once again, hopefully get a good pit stop. We are going to go safe on the pit stop. And we're going to push as hard as we can to get all the condition we can, which is why we need to make repairs while we're in the pits. All right, so we've got a nice little lead here, but second place is right with us. All right, here we go. It's all down to the pit stop. No mistakes. No mistakes. All right, great. Excellent job there. Let's see what condition we've got. 55%. And we're off. All right, a great pit stop. All right, let's go ahead and have him push. Not that it matters a whole lot at this particular point in time. All right, but now our job, we know that everybody ahead of us, at least I think everybody ahead of us, has got to pit one more time. If the leader right now doesn't have to pit, then we've got no shot. Because I don't think we can make up that kind of time, even with having the better tires and pushing hard and all that sort of thing. Can we keep it together? We're at 51% wear. All right, let's build up a little bit more on the engine. All right, we're gonna have to back down just a little bit here. All right, we're good. Yeah, 2.5 seconds a lap faster. That's not gonna be enough to get us there. So we're gonna have to plan on them having to pit, although I'm not sure they're gonna have to. They've got 7 laps remaining. I don't think their tires are gonna make it. But once again, who knows? Who knows how it's all going to turn out? That's the beauty of it. All right, so I'm letting the fuel build up a little bit more here, and then I'm going to go back at it with the engine. Let's see where we are on lap times, particularly compared to the folks behind us, who I think were really racing at this point. All right, so we're faster. So we're in good shape as far as that goes. All right, we've built up a little bit here. Let's see if we can't go a little bit faster. All right, at this point, yeah, he's just going to have to go with it. As I mentioned, Pereya is not my focus here. So, all right, now we're down to 48%. All right, but the biggest thing is we got the lead. Now we are in the lead. Second place is 5.6 seconds behind us, and we'll see where these things turn out. We seem to have good speed. All right, we are ahead only 4.2 seconds, so we are losing our lead now, so we can't just sit back on our laurels at this point. All right, let's see where things are. Oh yeah, they are on much better tires, and they are coming very quickly. So we're going to have to push. This is what it comes down to. We got a 3.4 second lead, which is quite a bit down from where it was even a few laps ago. So now, all right, ignore that. Sorry, Pereya, you're on your own now. All right, 2 laps remaining. Let's see where lap times come in. Okay, we were actually a little bit quicker that time. Condition, okay, we're still looking good there. We're probably going to get down into the red, but it's just going to have to be the way it is. Fuel is still looking good. All right, wow, final lap. Boy, this is tense. We're still ahead by about 3.5 seconds. We're running roughly the same speed right now. And our condition still looks good on the brakes. We're down to a 3.1 second lead, but it won't matter because they don't have time to get to us. We did it. Wow. Yikes. That was huge. I didn't find that to be an easy challenge whatsoever. That was about managing a whole lot of things, which was more of a difficult challenge than it was an easy or even a medium challenge. This was supposed to be a medium challenge. I didn't see it that way. So I can't wait to see what the developers have in store for us for the higher tier challenges. If these were rookie tier challenges, it should be a lot of fun when we get to the higher up challenges, but that will all depend upon you guys. If you guys enjoy seeing these videos, let me know in the comments section. Let me know by spreading the word. The more views we get, the more attention I can pay to these videos and to these games. So let's go ahead and move through these final few screens and go ahead and get our reward for winning the challenge. We did manage to, even through all of that, Pereya ended up 6th, which is quite a bit better than I thought he was going to do, given that I paid him almost no attention whatsoever. So we bring home the trophy, finishing 1st. And let's see where we go. Of course, the Drivers' Championship looks to be well in hand by Margate. And Team Championship also looks to be well in hand. So a very nice season they're having. And there we go. So there is our unlock. So the reward is we have Margate and Pereya available in a new career. So we have 2 more drivers that would be available to us in a new career mode. Very nice. I like these types of rewards. So with that in mind, we're going to end the video here. Thank you very much for joining me in our 3rd challenge video for Motorsport Manager.